Hello again, it's Friday with Freya, and I have a special treat today. Do you recognize these cards? Probably not, because I have not used them. They are the Fairy Oracle, and they were a card deck that I used to use a lot of. But I kind of forgot about them. I did bring them from Playa del Carmen, but I don't have the book, but I found out they're online. So I'm going to get reacquainted with them because I figured this is a good season for them. And I thought Freya could do their debut with you guys. So probably what we'll do is pull some cards and then I'll go back and do the meanings. It is Friday the 20th. Oh, it's bath time apparently. We have the fire on. You can't really tell. It's getting chilly here in Mexico City. We are, 2 weeks, I think, from the Saturday tomorrow will be the 21st, 28th. That will be, so we're almost 1 week out from the full moon. So I hope you guys survived the eclipse. We're still in eclipse season. And I still have my Samhain reading available. So if you guys want that, send me a DM or make a note in the comments and we can get in touch. It is a limited reading. I only have a few spaces left. We got some that are reversed. You can see some of these are kind of damaged. It looks like, I do believe my old puppy spirit might have gotten involved with these. I've had them so long. I've had them since I've been in Virginia. And some of them are even been a victim to the humidity in the Yucatan. Okay, hon. Let's see. Whoops. We're back to bath time again. Freya, pick. Am I gonna have to pick for you? Huh? Okay, we'll just take this one since her paw is on that one. Okay, this one is the Pipers. I'll come back with the meanings for those. Well, let's see here. Oh, do we have some? What's going on? This one here? Okay. We have another one here that is a double card here. I guess we'll pick both of them. We have the Singer of Connection. This is card number 24, card number 6. This is the first card, which is Unity. And let's see. Any more? Piper. Freya. Okay, well, I'll let her bathe while I read these. So we'll start with the first card here, the Pipers. This is number 24. This is actually very beautiful card. He has this ability with music that brings order, harmony, seduction, and empathy. He has this ability to allow you to find music and beauty in all sounds, even city sounds, like you can hear outside my house, through traffic and refrigerators. All those mundane sounds that we can sometimes take as grating on our nerves, so we can also see them as music. Another beautiful thing that this guy does for us is he takes our sorrows and pain and transforms them to music to heal them. So the music kind of absorbs all of your pain, and so it gives you tranquility in your life. Okay, he actually helps kind of bring the beauty of life to you, because sometimes we can forget about that. So all we have to do is call to him, and he's just asking us to listen, and we just call to him, and we listen for the music all around, even if there isn't actual music all around. He also, tells us that when we want or need something, that we can quietly ask for it, that we should seek it through harmony and tranquility. So it's to ask politely for things from other people or what you need, but use tenderness and gentleness. That is the key here. It's empathy for yourself as well as for other people. Okay, the second card that we have is number 6, which is the Singer of Connection. This one talks about how we are connected to everything. We are either connected or disconnected, but everything is, connected through the network of love, through higher vibrating emotions. Okay. Obviously, higher vibrating emotions are love, compassion, empathy. This card also talks about empathy and balance, similar to the Piper. The Piper kind of talked about love through the music and being connected through music. The Singer of Connection works with the Song of Ecstasies. This is what connects us all. So obviously, if we're having lower vibrating emotions, it is the way to disconnect from people. It shuts us down. Or when you're feeling loving and confident, you want to go out and meet people and be social. But when we're afraid or jealous or angry, we shut down. So this is kind of talking about that. What's really cool about this is there's a quote here that's, "It is only by letting go of all of your defenses that you become invulnerable." This is something I talk about in my readings. There's a rune as well as a Russian gypsy card that talks about feeling unprotected. When you feel unprotected, we're always protected, but there's times when we feel unprotected and that makes us feel vulnerable. But there is a strength in vulnerability. When you are vulnerable, you have a different perception. You can walk out of the house confident as can be and with your chest puffed out and walking a little taller and happy and going to conquer the world. And then it's being vulnerable, walking out, kind of looking both ways, kind of trying to make yourself small, seeing things kind of like from behind the scenes. That's another perspective. And also, as you're vulnerable, you also tend to have a lower, I don't want to say ego, but I'm going to say ego because I can't think of another word, but you just lower your ego. You're not as cocky, you're not as confident, so you have another perception of a more humble viewpoint is what I'm trying to say here. So this here is letting you know that all connections are there, but sometimes we need to reconnect. Life is all about unifying and reunifying, okay? So this may be telling you that you need to reconnect with somebody. Maybe there's somebody out there that got left behind, you had a conflict with, but they may be trying to get in touch with you, or you may be trying to get in touch with them, okay? But connections are very important. So I know for me personally, over the last couple of weeks, I have pulled away from a lot of people just because I've been going through a difficult time. And that can be healthy for a small while, but not for a long while. So this may be telling you, if you're doing kind of what I've been doing, you may want to start reconnecting with people. Okay. All right. So strength and support flowing through all of the connections. Okay. So imagine that. Now the next one that we have is unity. It is card number 1. Okay. Unity. It's very interesting because, we talked about the pipers and the music bringing us together and focusing on like the love, compassion, empathy. And then we had this one that was the connection between everything, which also is the love connection. And then we have unity, which obviously states something about that as well. We have here, it's just telling us that we are a part of a whole. We also have to remember we can shatter ourselves. We can chip off pieces of ourselves. When we have inner conflict, we are separating pieces of ourselves. Not to mention that as we go through traumas and adventures in life, we're leaving pieces of our soul everywhere. So we have to remember we need to unite ourselves, call back the pieces of ourselves back to each other. We need to resolve inner conflicts. Sometimes the biggest resolution is just accepting an inner conflict, just accepting it. Sometimes if we're fighting about something about ourselves that we don't like, sometimes if we just say, you know what, this is who I am, I'm not going to change, I just need to accept this. Maybe this isn't the highest of what I wanted for myself, but it's who I am and I'm going to work with that. So this is just telling us to remember this is a holistic universe. We are a whole, okay? there are sometimes hierarchical order to things, but as we know that there's still a unity in that order. So it's really important for us to connect with the divine energy. Whether you believe in God, the universe, Buddha energy, inner being, higher self, there is something bigger out there. And it's the same energy that created stars, that created us. So sometimes it's just about we need to connect to this higher vibrating energy and know that, we don't have to agree with other people, but we can always have empathy and compassion for them. The person who crosses your path and treats you like an asshole, treats you rudely, that person can also be going through something horrific that you don't know. That does not excuse the way that they treat you. I'm not saying that. But if we can have compassion and empathy for that person, sometimes not being a reflection of how they're acting and being a reflection of the higher energy that we're from. So if this person is acting rudely to you and you reflect back to them compassion and empathy, it can reconnect with the passion and empathy within them. And don't you feel better walking away from someone treating them better than the way they treated you, rather than sometimes I get very defensive and I'm very into justice. So, I'm also a fire sign, so I can have a hot head. But, I always feel better if I can take that higher road and maybe help other people see a better way to react to things. I don't know if I'm even explaining myself well here. So anyway, so again, we had the Pipers, number 24, number 6, the Singer of Connection, and number 1, Unity. And here we have little miss here. She's tired. She's exhausted after this Friday morning. And so is her cohort here, the guest, the special guest for today. So thank you again for being here, and love you guys.